All right, Willie, Lauren, congratulations on the win. Obviously, that was a fight right up to the end, so just give me your initial emotions coming off of this one.
Really excited. I think they brought some fire, but we definitely came together at the end and just used some of our talent that we have, and we did really good.
Yeah, I mean, like she said, it was just so exciting. Like, I know we were all so hyped up the whole time. I mean, we were looking at each other shaking a little bit, but like it was more out of excitement, not nervousness. And I think we were just confident the whole way through that we would pull through. So,
Emily, you were here on this team the last time you guys faced the Wildcats here at the venue last season. What about this match felt different to that time?
felt different. Oh, I always say it. It's confidence. Like Coach Jenny told me, she was like, go look back at your video and see how far you came. Because I know the last time we played them, I got a couple swings, hit them out of bounds, and then that was it for me. So it was good to be able to like bounce back and show them what I'm really made of and what I've worked so hard to achieve and accomplish. So.
Lauren, you end up leading the way tonight with 14 kills. It always seems like to me, I see you lead the kills when you need it to be the most clutch moments tonight. Because I saw a lot of clutch out of you tonight. What would you say you kind of went through tonight, and just kind of what went into your performance tonight?
I think I kind of just stayed like pretty steady through the beginning, but not too high, not too low. But in the moments that we really just like needed that energy and fire, I kind of just was there for my team, and I thought it helped kind of just bring up some more power for the fifth set.
You definitely needed some energy and fire there coming in late, because you came out the stretch real good again, and then after that first set, because I know I've talked with you ladies before about we taking that momentum from the first set onward. Would you say you guys were able to do that, or was it more kind of recapturing that later on?
I think we had it in us the whole time. They're a good team. They're a really good team, and I think we can give them that they gave us a good fight, but I don't think we ever lost ourselves fully. Because we were able to come in clutch at the very end, so that means it was never gone to start. So I think we stayed consistent, even though we had our ups and downs. We still fought and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. I think they made us come together. I think we kind of separated, we're hesitating a little bit at times, just kind of looking around at each other. But towards the end, we really just knew what we had to do, and that's exactly what we did.
Tell me what you guys were seeing going up against their middles, because this was one of the better blocking teams in the conference. They got 11 blocks there tonight. So what was it like going up against those middles?
Personally, I actually love that because being like a really big block, it's just something that you could play with the most. So like there's no like clear shots where you're just gonna bounce the ball. That's not really a thing. It'd be like when you have that type of block up, but there was such like high hands that it's just like room for like tooling and everything. Like I just see those and I'm like, I'm gonna swing for the ceiling. I know Lauren does the same thing. Like I know one point we were swinging for the ceiling and I was like, Lo, just keep trying it, and it worked every time. So I feel like that's almost opportunity when we see that big of a block.
Coming into the game, we knew that they were gonna have a big block. We knew what we had to do, just utilize their hands. We practiced that a lot. So I think that's what we did. Obviously they're going to get their blocks, but we got ours too.
What was the coach's message to the team between that fourth and fifth set? Because after that hard-fought third set, Kansas State really bounced back there. So what was the coach's message now going into the fifth set?
It was just like basically remember who we are. Remember that we've worked so hard. It was basically us, like all the work that we've put in and everything. We're not here on accident. Like we are here for a reason, and we deserve to win that game for a reason. So that was just the talk. It's just like putting that back into our minds and remembering who we were.
We knew too this game was going to set the tone. We go to Baylor next week, and they're not going to be an easy opponent. So I think just kind of like finding that grit that we had within our team to really just like push through to the end. That we did really good about that.
You really let Kansas State, or really either force or let Kansas State get into mistakes there at the end. I noticed you guys got a good amount of points off of that. Coach mentioned that they were prone to doing that. So when you look at tonight, how much would you say that kind of getting them to make those errors prove?
Yeah, a team like that, I don't think they're just making mistakes because they're making mistakes. They're trying things, and when they see that we're pressing this way on our blocker, we're taking away this, they're going to try to swing around it, and that's when they make those errors. So I feel like we did everything well, like setting it up exactly how it should be, and that's why they were making those errors, because a team that good, they're not just going to do that, give that away at that point. So I think we did a good job of like setting that up and like setting ourselves up for that victory.
I agree. I think in the fourth set we kind of did the same thing where they were making us make errors. So we just kind of came into the fifth set really disciplined and kind of just played our game, and it just made them make errors.
You mentioned you going up against Baylor. This Kansas State team now is like is when you look at rankings online, they're the highest ranked team that you have faced so far in the RPI, and then every opponent, Big 12 opponent going forward, is going to be higher than that. How much did playing this team prepare you probably for the matches the rest of the way against teams that definitely have NCAA tournament aspirations?
I'll go. Okay. Sorry. I feel like we all knew coming into this match that this would probably be one of the bigger matches of the year. Like, even though like I feel like UCF and K-State are pretty good matchup, that's perfect for us. A good matchup, like right there. That's going to be a really big game for us. And regardless of people think of that team, like they have some really good players, and they are pretty big this year. So getting that win was just completely clutch. We needed that for sure, and that's rolling into the next games. I'm like, it's possible. If we can beat that, someone who's our perfect match, we can beat anyone.
I think it just built our confidence a little bit, but it also showed what we need to work on. Baylor's not going to be easy, and we have to play them back-to-back at like their home. So I think going into next week, we just got to get in and grind during practice.
How much did the environment help with that? Because this was the 7th largest crowd in venue history, but I don't think I've ever really heard a time in the venue so starkly where I could hear a pin drop and then they just blow the roof off the place.
I know. It was honestly pretty I don't want to say scary, but it was very like exciting, but like nerve-wracking. Like it was like, okay, I gotta score this ball or this crowd's gonna hate me. But it was also so exciting when it was like they were almost making the calls for us. Like, was that in, out? Just having that environment, like especially when we're having those ruts that we had, when we need to create the energy and the crowd's already creating it for us, just like really helps us kick it up a notch and roll into that 5th set and win that.
I think that the crowd, they don't care if we're winning or losing. They're going to always cheer as loud as they can anytime we get a point. So it feels really great to have the support, and we love when the community is able to come out.
You really had to get momentum up and going a good bit, because Kansas State really challenged the ball a lot and had a really good luck with those. When you have those at that many times, what's the biggest thing that kind of gets you back into things?
Just coming together, literally coming together every time. And I know we were saying like the whole time, like, may sound silly, but like, get mad, like, take it personal right now. Like, take this personal. They're a good team. They're going to give us whatever they give us, and they're going to get hands on the ball every time. Like, I know we were swinging a million times before we could get a kill, but they're going to we said that before, they're going to get a hand on it. They're going to get a block touch on it. It's just outworking them and everything, so that's what kept us going.
I think just not letting whatever the call is affect our play, whether we win or lose, just kind of like, coming together, using it as a timeout, talking about what we need to do better, just to either keep winning.
How much has every single match up to this point prepared you for this moment? Because we've been outside in the media, we've been kind of calling the next part of the schedule the gauntlet, where there's a lot of tough opponents coming through. How much has doing the conference matches before this, helped prepare you now? Like, how prepared do you feel going now into that kind of gauntlet portion of the schedule, with this game being the intro?
I feel like seeing that block is definitely a huge thing for us. Like, we saw that with Oklahoma too, I feel like, with that triple block, and just being able to see those hands and use them. We've been saying with shovel buster mentality, we have these shovels and we try to hit off the sides of them, or else they're going to stuff block you every time. So seeing that and like putting it into perspective when you're actually on the court, this is just going to only help us from here on.
I think just seeing what we need to work on in every game, we worked a lot on defense this past week, so I think just making sure we continue to get 1% better every day when we're in the gym, and just staying really focused and disciplined.
All right, awesome. Well, best of luck in Waco, ladies.
Thank you.